have a wonderful treat for you today, straight from the rainforest of Puerto Rico. We have I bought a cocoa pod. If you're not familiar, cocoa pods are house what are cocoa beans. The cocoa beans are the main ingredient that make up chocolate, anything from Hershey's Kisses to any sort of delectable you can make. All starts out as from the cocoa bean, which grows in a cocoa pod, which grows in a cacao tree. I did this a while back and ordered from this place in Puerto Rico. It was the only place I could find on the internet that would actually ship one here. Cocoa trees don't grow anywhere in the continental United States. They grow in Hawaii. I wasn't able to find anyone there that would actually ship here to the continental states. And living in the mountains, there's nowhere close by that is conducive to its growing style. However, growing inside, I'm pretty sure that we can grow it and keep it going. I did do this a while back. I saved the shell of it, and you can see right here. It was a pretty decent size. It had about 30 cocoa beans in it. I had planted most of them and tried to turn the rest of them into cocoa. It didn't work out too well. They actually, the ones I tried to turn into cocoa, ended up molding. They have to go through a process of fermentation, which basically takes the bean, and it's a process of drying out and converting all its sugars into good tasting chocolate. I was unable to do that last time. It molded over before I could do anything with it, so I'm hoping this time it will work a little bit better. To give you a nice little comparison, the first time I bought was a small yellow fruit. It doesn't look yellow now because it's dried out, but it was about that size, maybe a little bit bigger. This last one that I ordered, yeah, so there's quite a size difference. This is long ribbed, and this was short ribbed. This is a yellow and an orange. This is more red and orange. This is a yellow. So they're gonna be totally different trees, slightly different flavor. I'm not sure exactly what the difference is. So yeah, I'm gonna show you how that. To first start off, we're gonna cut it in half, lengthwise. I have friends in Brazil that told me that this is the best way to do it. It's most presentable, and that's what they do down there. In Brazil and other places in South America, when I traveled there, they don't necessarily have to eat the chocolate. They can just eat the actual seeds. You'll see in a minute that they're actually sweet. So you can do it that way, or you can process them, turn them into chocolate, or do like I'm going to do, plant half of them and try to turn half of them into chocolate. Alright, so with a trusty cutting board, a knife, and a bowl to keep your seeds in afterward, basically what you're going to do is cut down the middle, and then you're going to split it in half, and I'll show you how to do that in just a second. Down the middle, like I have, you're basically just going to start to split it apart. It might take a little bit of effort, but it'll be pretty easy. There you have it, a split open cocoa pod. It's interesting to note that the smell of this cocoa pod is very different than any other fruit. Obviously it smells kind of like fruit, but it's got some sort of like old grandparents' house smell, something antique. I can't pinpoint it exactly what it is, but it does smell really good. I love rubbing the outside of the in fact, my entire office was smelling like a grandparent's house. Not a bad grandparent's house, but a good one. It's kind of like a memorable, nostalgic. But yeah, we have here the beans inside. You can see they're kind of slimy. They're all attached, all encased. You can see it's pretty thick, the husk. They're all attached down here, and then to the stem where it goes out to the tree. You're basically just going to pick all these out, put them into a bowl of some sort. If you want to plant them, you're going to wash them. If you want to turn them into chocolate, you're not going to do anything with them. You're actually just going to pull them off, try to get all the little fibers out of there. And what you're going to do is put them on a flat sheet. You don't need to cover them or anything. You're going to want to put them in a sunny area. I figured that out last time. To prevent mold, you're going to want them to eventually dry. The fermentation process will take anywhere from 2 to 7 days. The first 2 days, some of the beans will ferment and begin to have a slightly richer, more bitter chocolate taste. The longer they ferment, the more sugars and the more fats that they'll retain. And apparently the shorter end, the less amount of time it ferments, the better it is for you. The longer amount of time, the better it tastes, but obviously the worse it is for you. Like anything else in nature, I guess. You can only have one or the other. So I'm going to be doing this. Hopefully I'll do a follow-up video on it. When you go to plant the seeds, once you wash off the slimy layer, you're going to want to plant them. There's a little tip at the end of the seed. It will be pretty noticeable. One will have like a little tail tip hanging out. You're going to want to plant that down because that's the stem that will go down. The cocoa bean will pop out of the soil, split in half, and then shoot out some leaves. It's a pretty fun and interesting process, and if anyone's daring and willing, go ahead and search it out. You can find it on Google. And that's about it for the day. Hope everything's going well for you. I have some good things planned for the summer, so be sure to check back and see what kind of videos we have going. Thanks for coming. Bye.